Iteration 4. Swapping out the parent element. In the previous iteration, we used htmx to create a local update to this page. When the user submits their name and email, this element is shown and it replaces the form fields. However, now we also want to get rid of this outer element because there is no reason to leave it hanging around. Let's inspect. Body, main, and this is the element that we want to get rid of. Everything is nested under it. Here's the form element, where our server response is being injected. So this element here, with the class focus, has to go. All right. And here's the element in question. And you might recall from the instant gratification examples that we used a combination of ID and hx target to reach any element in the DOM. So let's give this an ID. Opt-in in. That's a better name. And now we can target this from the button element. Let's see if this works. It does not work. The outer chrome is still visible. So back to inspecting our HTML. We have 3 levels of nesting here. This is the part that we want replaced. And under it there is a form element issuing the post request. And under that there is a button element that tells the library what the target is. So this can have something to do with this DOM tree being completely outside of the scope. Let's try and move this inside the form element. Okay, form div right here, and form. And this is the same level of indentation. So we just move it out a little. Okay. There you go. Now the outer element is gone. Main tag and form tag, just what we wanted. However, now we have our hx attributes split across 2 different elements. One here on form and another one on button. And actually, if you think about it, it doesn't make a lot of sense to use hx target here, because the element we're targeting is not a sibling element to button. It's actually a parent element. So it looks like a different strategy is called for here. Let's move this up to form so it can join hx post. And now everything is gathered here. Let's test this out. Bob. Again. So it looks like the yellow background is back. Let's inspect the markup, the form, and there's the opt-in element, the div within the ID of opt-in. And under it, there's our thank you partial. So we have to change the approach here. What about using hx swap here instead? Because target, again, opt-in is not a sibling element to form. It's a child element, which is an opposite situation to what we had right before. So I think swap is more relevant here. And we can set the target to inner HTML. Outer HTML would also do, but let's keep this for the sake of consistency. And it looks like the opt-in element is gone. Right on. But wait, there's more. Isn't inner HTML the default value for hx swap, the attribute? Well, this means we can get rid of this, but that means we can get rid of this. Things just work. Things just work. Here's the thank you partial, right under the form element. So this concludes the live coding part of this tutorial. And in closing, I'll just say a couple of words about the bigger picture. What we're doing here is Ajax. We have extra attributes in our markup in HTML telling the library in the background, htmx, to issue server requests via JavaScript. And then when the browser gets the response, it's told where to place it based on the value of attributes like hx swap and hx target. But Ajax is just the names of the ingredients involved. It's asynchronous JavaScript and XML. In our case, HTML. What we really are doing here is called transclusion. It's the ability to include parts of document A into document B and do so without going through a full page refresh. And while Ajax is just a technical term for the technologies involved, transclusion as a concept has been a part of the hypermedia idea space from the beginning.